I ordered too much food. I think I'm gonna throw it away. It's too much for me.
No, why would you do that?
What's wrong? It's not like I can finish all this.
That's really irresponsible.
Why is that? It's not like throwing all this away would hurt anyone.
Well, the world is having a limited supply of food due to the Ukraine war and the recent pandemic.
How does the war affect us and the food?
Ukraine is a large exporter of grain, and due to the war, they are unable to export and the supply of food as much as to send the world.
Oh, I see.
Because of this, Malaysia, along with other countries, are facing issues. Food security and the supply of food is becoming unpredictable. So, the prices of the food have been higher recently.
Okay, I read somewhere that recently people have been struggling to get afford food and like buy groceries.
Yes, so we should do all our part and start wasting less food and buying what we need only.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for telling me. I think I'll save this food for later.
Hey guys, do you know the price of broccoli costs you 20 ringgit for a kilo? And chicken prices has risen 13%, which makes the issue of food insecurity in Malaysia getting worse. But what is food insecurity? Food insecurity is the lack of regular access to have enough safe and nutritious food, either due to the lack of resources such as money, or simply the unavailability access of the food. In these past years, Malaysia has an urgent need to address food security as a top item on the national agenda. That caused by the global economic change, inflation, and followed by high unemployment rate have played the biggest role in this matter. And this situation actually is worsening, but the fact of Malaysia is not self-sufficient for many food items and always depends on imports. But when the world is facing major global supply chain disruptions, following by COVID-19 lockdowns in China and Russia and Ukraine war, it has increased food supplies issues. Because they literally own 1/4 of global wheat exports, making the supply of goods does not keep pace with the growth in demand, where it causes the food prices to rise while incomes remain the same. This is where inflation came. Based on our survey, 22.6% of low-income Malaysians are hit hardest by food inflation because the increasing price on food and groceries. Moreover, 70.9% all people around us are having struggles on paying the food. When prices rise, food becomes unaffordable and inaccessible to these people who are already struggling, pushing more people into poverty, and not only that, it is causing the domino effect to the communities and the country, such as social and health issues. So let's hear our friend Daniel share about how does Soup Kitchen get involved in this matter.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm a full-time staff here in the Assembly Soup Kitchen, and that means I work here about 6 days a week. What we do here is we prepare food for the hungry, for the needy, especially in refugee communities and homeless communities in and around Klang Valley.
It's like what encouraged you to open a soup kitchen?
Oh, I did not open the soup kitchen. My founders opened the soup kitchen. So it all started when during the height of the pandemic back in August. It actually started way before. One of our founders, Suet Beng, her name, they were rescuing like surplus pan mee dough, and they know a few refugee families that needed help. So what they do with the pan mee dough is they just make noodles out of it and they cook from their own kitchen at home and feed those refugee families that were out of work. So after that, there were more and more people that lost their job during the pandemic, refugees especially, because most of them are in the F&B. And you know, F&B took quite a big hit during the pandemic. So yeah, ever since then, more and more people came in to help, and there was more need for food as well. So what happened after that was the operations got bigger, and eventually we just moved our operations here in August of 2020.
It's like, what's the goal of the soup kitchen?
Very simple. We just want to be able to support, rather work with partners that are already reaching out to these communities, homeless communities and refugee communities. What we do is we just prepare food for them to distribute to their communities. So if ever there is people like who are hungry or in need of food, then they will reach out to their community leaders and they will get back to us and they'll let us know how much food that they need. Then our goal is mainly to just be that support. So on top of food, nowadays we also receive a lot of dry goods supplies. We work with a lot of partners to rescue near expiry goods. We also provide these kind of supplies as well.
The basic necessity of life. Every individuals need food to survive. It might be easy for us to get, but not them. During our volunteering process, we have seen hundreds of people that come over to the food bank just to fix their hunger. At the moment, I know that food insecurity problems need to gain more awareness from the community. Also, me and myself should appreciate food more.
Every long journey begins with a small steps, and that includes the journey that is reducing as much as food waste as possible. These things include altering your daily routine, like only buying food that you're actually going to eat to minimize waste.
Some of us are still fortunate to afford to eat nutritious meals every day, while others are fighting to get a decent meal for the family or themselves, or even some of them starve themselves to save up money. We are not letting this issue robbing the joy, health, and our future. So we are here to raise awareness of this situation that is happening in our communities and country, to not only support but also share the blessings to others by supporting food banks, addressing unemployment problems, use local produce, and be responsible of our own food. By it, we can able to prevent further skyrocketing price increases in the coming month.
Love food, not waste.
Love food, not waste.